Hello, everyone, and welcome to Season 6, premiere month of the Jake Take with Jacob Elyachar podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Elyachar, the chief content producer and writer at JTWJE.com, a pop culture entertainment news website. If you're watching us on audio and watching us on our YouTube platform, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. If you're listening to us on audio platform, please download this episode and more episodes as well. Not to mention, please leave a 5-star rating. I'm thrilled to welcome my next guest. He is a health coach and creator of the Approach Weight Loss course. And he's, as of this recording, has over 33,000 Instagram followers and 566.7 thousand TikTok followers. So please help me welcome Adam Potash to the podcast.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Adam, thank you so much for helping me kickstart Season 6 of my podcast. I really appreciate it.
We're happy to be here.
All right, Adam. So let's get started. So when did you get interested in fitness, and how did that passion evolve and desire to pursue a career in the fitness industry?
So I actually started way when I was a lot younger. I had some health concerns when I was younger, so it piqued my interest even earlier on. In my late teens, I would say I started coaching gymnastics. So I was a gymnast as a young age and started coaching it, and worked doing that for a while, collegiate gymnasts and things like that, high level gymnastics. And so obviously there's a big nutrition component that comes with, high level athletes. So it kind of broadened my perspective on health and nutrition then later became a chef, and then kind of married the two, culinary skills, and went back to school and got certified in health and nutrition, started working with professional athletes, and a lot of high-end individuals. And I guess the rest is history, as they say, and just married the two and started working with individuals and getting in the field and look their very best.
That's amazing. That's always great. It's always great to see that. And I'm looking at your background right now. And those of you who are watching us on our video platform, there are names of people, of clients, I believe. Of the people
so these are all members that actually joined either this morning or yesterday. And so what we do is I'm typically on live with a lot of our viewers, just like this. And when somebody signs up, we'll get them their coach assigned to them, and they'll be on their way to starting their journey.
Which is amazing. And I love the never ever that you're hiding behind it. It's like never count calories. So these are wonderful tips. Never point synthesizer, never track everything. And these are some really good ideas.
Yeah, so these are all the things that we don't do in the program. So yeah, never count calories. We don't track macros. We don't do any of the nuanced type stuff. We feel like, those types of things are very short-lived, not accurate, and certainly not a sustainable habit.
Absolutely. So who are some of the coaches and trainers that inspired you, Adam?
So that is a good question. I mean, like I said, I started doing this when I was very young. Obviously, I kind of follow some of the normal people. Some of the big intermittent fasters are Jason Fung. He's one of the doctors out in Canada. And there's a couple, David Sinclair and people like that are big into intermittent fasting. I've been doing this for over 25 years myself personally. And so I've done a lot of my own studies and been coaching this program, the Approach program, for over 15 years. So just doing this a long time.
It's amazing. It's like basically you're only getting better. And besides, the more time passes, you're going to probably be more at the top of your field.
For sure. Like anything, right? Like anything. Those 10,000 hours, I guess they call it.
Absolutely. And I'm still on hour 380 of my podcast.
we got some work to do, and I'll help you with that.
All right, Adam. Thank you very much. So I would love to learn about this, about the Approach Weight Loss course. So how did you come up with that?
Great question. So like I said, I was working with individuals for years and years and years. Again, whether it was high net worth individuals, professional baseball players, football players, and that kind of transition down, I should say, to just, neighbors and friends and people of my area, working with them to wanting to look and feel the very best. And we did that for years, and then COVID hit, and we weren't seeing people like we were before. People weren't coming to the office like they were before. So I decided, maybe it's now a better time than ever to create an online program to where I can help people all over the world, and it really took off from day one. People were at home and, making unhealthier choices and bad decisions. And we put together the same program that I was teaching individuals, and it started working. So we've never really changed our program. It's just kind of transitioning from a one-on-one platform to an online platform.
Now, as someone that prefers one-on-one to online, it definitely thinks a little the challenge there. Must be a lot of challenges going for that transition.
So one of my biggest goals was having that support. I don't think any weight loss happens without support with anything, whether it's weight loss or just transitioning into a new job or whatever it may be. I'm a big component of support. So as I mentioned earlier, every member, no matter which tier of our program you choose, you're going to get your own personal support coach. And, there might be other programs out there that a coach checks on you like once a month or something like that. Your coach in this program is checking up on you every single day, making sure you're doing the right things, making sure you're making good choices. They get to see everything you're doing through our app and through our platform.
That's incredible. So how does the approach stand out in the fitness world?
So again, I think we try and make things as easy as possible. There's a lot of programs out there where you have to count this and track that. And we're just focusing on making healthier choices on a daily basis. And one of our big sayings is, progress, not perfection. We don't want you to be perfect. That's not how you learn. You don't learn by being perfect day one. We want you kind of making those mistakes. We want you going through it and just really transitioning to making better, healthier habits as you go through our program.
Which is amazing. And the thing is, I'm actually doing that right now. I've been keeping track of, over the past couple of months, had some health issues, and I've actually been keeping track of what I've been eating, working with my fitness coaches, and actually working with some dietitians as well, like the do's and don'ts. And I've been able to get that a little under control. I'm still working on it, but it's going to take a long process.
Yeah. And again, if your mindset is making progress each and every week, each and every month, then you're doing the right things.
Awesome. So in 2023, you helped over 10,000 people, and your team have helped change 10,000 people's lives, and your clients lost over 300,000 pounds collectively in 2022. So what do these numbers mean to you? Because they might mean a lot to my audience who heard these numbers for the first time.
Yeah, it's the numbers are amazing. Our goal, so, I always tell people that are coming onto my program, you have a goal of 50 pounds or 60 pounds to lose. I want to rid this planet of 1 million unwanted pounds. And so we're about a third of the way there. And it's just amazing. And every day we're helping people lose more and more weight. And again, I go back to this, people are just feeling better and looking better. It's a lifestyle that we're teaching people. And so the people that are losing, our members that are losing the weight, it's not coming back. They're learning how to do things properly. They're making healthier choices, and the weight's staying off.
And which is amazing to hear, because you and I both know, as someone that we watch reality with fitness and everything, there's been shows such as Extreme Weight Loss and Extreme Makeover and also not to mention The Biggest Loser. And unfortunately, there's been cases where people had gained their fat back after being on those shows. So what have been some of the lessons that you and your team use to make sure that does not happen?
So for sure, the accountability and support piece, besides having your own coach, every member gets enlisted into our support community. So it's people like you and me and everybody else on this journey together. Collectively, there's over 3,000 current members in our program. So everyone's sharing their results. Everyone's sharing their meals that they're making for dinner, sharing recipes. And so that's, I think, a big component to our success.
And also some of your success has been found with social media. As I said, your numbers earlier with 33,000 Instagram followers. So what are some of the strategies that you've used to create the content that gain the not just clients, but also followers?
Yeah, we've been really lucky in that department. I think just being real on social media and obviously giving away a lot of just good information, free information has helped us grow to what it is today. Like you said, we have over 560,000 organic followers. I've never, I wouldn't even know where to go to pay for a follower. So these have all been organic followers that just love our content. We even have people that say, look, I didn't do your program, but I followed all your steps and I've lost 50 pounds. I've lost 60 pounds. So those numbers are a whole other separate category. So it's been great.
And that's a miracle to hear what the power of social media. And while we're on the subject of social media, you, as you mentioned before, you've created a viral audience through TikTok. So by its parent company, ByteDance, a major story that's been going in throughout 2024 is the potential of being either ByteDance is forced to sell the app or it faces shutdown in the United States. If that does happen, how will it hurt your business? And have you and your team thought about alternatives for yourself to make sure you continue your social media success?
Yes and no. I mean, I'm not 100% worried. I mean, things change every day, and whether it's this industry or another industry, you kind of have to like roll with the punches, as they say. Obviously, we're on other platforms. We only have time really to devote to our TikTok and our, on our Instagram right now. Maybe if this kind of went away a little bit, we'd have a little more time to focus on other platforms like YouTube or Pinterest or whatnot. So I'm not too worried about that. I think when people know who you are, they'll find you elsewhere. There's always going to be social media. So yeah.
That's amazing, because the thing is that you, no matter what happens, people will follow you despite an app or no app.
Yeah. We have a lot of followers just in our support community and on Meta and things like that. So I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, there's always going to be another platform. Maybe there's a new platform. I'm not on X. Maybe that's something that I'll take up if we have the time and the bandwidth to do so.
Absolutely. So while we're on the subject of social media content creation, how long does it take you and your team to create that content to make sure it gets seen or has the potential to go viral?
Oh my gosh. So some videos are quicker than others, but yeah, it takes several hours to create one video, and then you have to go back to the editing room and edit it. And obviously we're starting to use a little AI now just to, get those titles that people are going to relate to and things like that. But it does take several hours. We were posting quite a bit, a year or two ago. Now we're kind of just sticking to one post a day. And just making sure that post is of good quality and of good substance.
That's wonderful to hear, because the thing is with social media, it's going to take hours. Like for me, it takes multiple takes for when I'm on TikTok and saying, hey, everybody, just want to let you know about this podcast, and finding the right, making sure you meet the right length of the podcast and also the right video length, also the right video as well. It's definitely going to be something that you have to know about, but also make sure that you have enough time programmed into your day to make sure you get it out there.
Oh yeah, it's certainly, I guess, a time suck to go back in and edit all those videos, but it's one of those necessary evils where you just got to take the time out, schedule the time, and right now I have 5 different videos that I've shot but haven't had time to edit. Right, but at least I know I got some content in the wheelhouse to when I get the time to put out.
All right. So I want to talk to you about, have you thought about the dream partnerships? You and your brand could do something who and how would they enhance your client's experience and also your business?
Yeah, that's a great question. So far we don't sell any products. We don't promote any products. And one of our things about the program is that we just want to teach you about proper nutrition. I'd love to, certainly one day partner with, some good quality products. I'm a fan of Siggy's yogurt or things like that I just like personally, that if I got the opportunity to partner with something like that, that's great. It would just have to be a good quality product that aligns with what we're doing here. We don't do any protein drinks or protein shakes or protein bars or anything like that. We're about, just getting good quality food in each of our meals.
And that's great to hear. So as you know, we're in the month of January and everyone still has their resolution. So have you thought, if as my audience is listening, could you share one to maybe a small tips of some fitness tips and also some diet tips for my audience?
I would say 90% of the time that you feel like you're hungry, you're going to be dehydrated. So drink a glass of water or a couple glasses of water. That's a really good one. If you are hungry, maybe wait a few minutes and that hunger will pass. We coach an intermittent fasting type of schedule. So if you want to start that, there's tons and tons of benefits besides the weight loss. You're going to have more energy, more focus, not bog your body down with digestive processes throughout the day. So those would be a couple of my just intro tips. Stay hydrated, start intermittent fasting, and eat the right foods at the right time.
Awesome. So, second to last question. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Why should my audience consider the approach?
So everybody should consider the approach, your audience or anybody, because it's just something simple, easy. It makes sense. Our members are losing weight each and every week. We like that they're losing weight, but also that they're keeping it off. You don't need to do any of these, injections and things like that are going around these days. We just teach people how to do things properly. So I think that's one of the biggest benefits to what we do and what we coach here is that it's just simple, easy, and we're just teaching people about proper nutrition. In fact, I don't even want members exercising in the first month of our program. We focus on the nutrition side first, get that dialed in, and then exercise is going to be kind of like that icing on the cake, so to speak.
Now, this is something I haven't heard before. So, like, as someone that's been part of going to a gym off and on since 2012, it's just like having that is like something that would upset a lot of my friends who are coaches.
Yeah. So listen, I mean, we can break it down. If you can't outrun a bad diet, right? So that's one of the things I tell our members. You're never going to outrun a bad diet. There's no workout that's going to actually help you lose weight. A lot of times when you're going to the gym, like everyone's New Year's resolution is hitting the gym, January 2nd, what happens to your appetite typically? Your appetite increases. So if you don't first dial in that nutrition portion, it's just kind of this ongoing wheel back and forth. So we want to make sure that nutrition is dialed in first before we add any exercise component to this.
Awesome. So last question, are you ready?
I'm ready for it.
All righty, Adam. Where can my audience find information about the approach and also connect with you on social media?
Yeah, so on social media, we're at The Approach. You can go to any social media platform, the Adam Potash Approach. If you want to get information about our memberships, the easiest way is going to be go to the App Store or the Play Store and download the Approach app. It's going to give you all the information there, and you can even become a member right through the app.
Awesome. So, guys, how do you miss an episode of the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar podcast? Visit our channels on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, Spotify, and Spreaker. Once again, Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar, JACOBELYACHAR. Now, are you on social media? Because I'm on social media too. Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. Jacob Elyachar, JACOBELYACHAR. And guys, want to find out who won the Masked Singer? Want to find out what's going on with AGT? Want to find out all my old interviews? Well, head to the blog that started all, jakes.shape.com. Once again, jakes.shape.com. Adam, thank you so much for taking time to schedule to talk with me today and helping kickstart season 6 of the podcast. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. This is great.
Awesome. And guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, everybody, have a great one. Goodbye.